It's the most anticipated New Year's Eve related event in Pasadena of the year. Okay, maybe not so much, but it is pretty damn anticipated. It's the pre-Rose Parade cruise on Colorado Boulevard, which happens every New Year's Eve, where we cruise in front of everybody that's camped out for the Rose Parade. I did shoot a video of it last year. Even though there wasn't a Rose Parade, they still had the cruise, even though no one was camped out to see a parade that wasn't actually happening. I hope you followed me on that one. Anyhow, I'm out here with the AMC. I think the rest of the AMC Rambler Club is coming. I saw another guy driving around in the Rebel, and I just realized the street he was on when I saw him, he was probably headed to the wrong corner bakery. But hopefully he finds this place, because I don't have his phone number. And let's go check out what's here. Okay, looks like he actually found the place. So we got some more AMCs coming for the pre-Rose Parade cruise. Like I said, we meet on Foothill at the corner bakery, not the one on Lake. It's the one by the old Sears, which is not a Sears anymore. There he is. More AMCs coming. My goal was to have the Matador on the road by now, but it rained and it rained and it rained, so the Matador's not on the road. All right. So already a lot of really amazing cars here. This is always good. Like I said, every New Year's Eve, or actually the day before the parade, because if the New Year's Day falls on a Sunday, they do the parade on a Monday. So it's always the morning before the parade, which is usually New Year's Eve. So you can see everybody lines up in here. I think there's another group meeting at Target later on, and then usually there's a group of lowriders that meet at some point somewhere on Colorado later in the day as well. So there's always a lot of cruising on Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena on New Year's Eve. Check out this Cadillac. So this looks like one of the cars from last week's holiday motor excursion. If you didn't watch that video, go and watch it, because a lot of amazing pre-1932 cars in that video. That was actually the video before this one, so it'll be very easy to find on the channel. But everybody lining up. They don't publicize this as much. You don't see it like posted in a lot of places, but everybody kind of knows it happens every year. So, in fact, there used to be in the same parking lot, there was a Fuddruckers where the CVS is, and they used to do a cruise night there every Saturday night. I'd say up to about 20 years ago. So I think they just kind of kept using the same parking lot. And it fills in. I think they tear out of here. They usually start me here about at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and they tear out here about 10:30. So just for information for next year, for any of you guys that are maybe catching this right before next year's event. This guy's bringing his Mustang in on a trailer. Hey, be careful not to film back the other way, because the sun will just be looking right at the sun. Here's that 58 we saw last week at the holiday motor excursion. It's a very nice Corvette. Alright, so I just had to talk with the event organizer. He actually came over and thanked me for last year's video, because obviously it helps promote their events. Like I said, he said, yeah, we're rolling out here probably about 10:30. Some of them vehicles are continuing to roll in here. So it's always a massive turnout, even though there's really, it doesn't get promoted that much. I think people just kind of know to be here. It's a neat rat rod. Hey. Have a look at everything here. This guy was at the motor excursion last week as well. So it's been an interesting year. Got this Falcon wagon. Started the second channel. Mike finds things for collectibles that rapidly turn into a records channel. So if you like records, check out that channel. There'll be a link in the description. And I just posted a video yesterday of a bunch of doo-wop, early rock and roll, and R&B 78 RPM shellac records that I found recently. So that video is up on that channel. So if you like oldies and you like old rock and roll, old vinyl records, we've had records from 1904 all the way up to 2019 on that channel. So it's a very wide range of records on that channel. It's an interesting Auburn with the metal flake. And see, we got a Swedish license plate, so I'm guessing the guy maybe imported it, maybe he brought it over for a Roadster show coming up here in a few weeks. See, we got the golf club door on it. That's just a neat car. We got this Cadillac.
Every time I turn around, he's got
Got a Graham here. Which are called what, the Shark Nose. There was a few of these at the San Marino concourse. It's about 4 or 5 months ago. I have a video of that up, but this one actually might even been there. And that was a really good event. A lot of neat cars. It took me forever to get through it all to film it, everything, but I pretty much got just about everything in that video from that show.
Oh, really? You have machines?
There's a neat Rolls Royce. I've got to shoot these a little quicker because there's a guy playing music out of his car, unfortunately. But hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up all the way over there. See some more of the cars. A lot more vehicles are rolling in. They're parking over in the other area, so I'm going to get this area first. And of course later in the video we'll have the cruising over on Colorado Boulevard once we all roll on out of here.
I'm Oscar.
And with that, but I'm sure they... Hello, young man.
We got a lot of good events coming up in January. We got Grand National Roadster Show at the end of the month. We got the Moon Eyes New Year's party coming up. I believe it's on the 22nd at Irwindale. Pomona Swap Meet, and of course the Long Beach Swap Meet's coming up this month as well, or sorry, in January. So I was saying there's a lot of great events coming up in January. I'll be out filming them, and then we'll worry about February later. About a Chevy Monza. When's the last time you've seen one of these? I think these have about all but disappeared. With a small block Chevy. And a 1960 Pontiac station wagon. This Mercury Cyclone, and early second gen Camaro, and their neat hot rod. Fortunately, some more cars have filled in since I've been over on this area. Nice 56 Nomad. Here's kind of an unusual one. This is a Marcos. Show you the badge. Not sure what that is, but it's got fogged up windows. Neat Ford. And speaking of Fords, I got to get to my Ford Coupe. I'm hoping this year. Fortunately, finances did not allow me to get to that project this year. I did buy that car last January, so I've had it almost a year. I've done some work to it, but unfortunately we had some problems, and I just haven't been able to get back to it. And I did sell my Ranchero. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I had that 64 Ranchero I picked up that I believe we saved from the Crusher, because unfortunately the F100 that was sitting next to it wound up at Pick Apart, which I don't know why the guy didn't call me, because I told him I was interested in it. So that kind of makes me a little angry. Little Honda 600. This one's called the sedan. The coupe's the more rounder one. Of course, Honda's first entry into selling cars in the United States. And a 442 W30 package. Oldsmobile. Little Z, complete with Japanese badging on it. I know every year the Corvair Club comes out for this, so I'm guessing that's why you see there's a lot of Corvairs scattered around. It's a neat Monza with this cool sunroof on it. Full sound system. That's the guy in that Mustang we saw in the trailer earlier. And a Mustang 2+2 GT350. He's got a Shelby made you look on there, so I was like, I didn't think it was a real one because it's pretty heavily modified. So he put a Shelby tag, but obviously not a real Shelby. Lotus Esprit. And this guy's lost. And this guy's lost. MG. There's an Austin Healey. I always remember the one my uncle had when I was a kid, but then it got stolen. This is Chevy. Another Austin Healey. And a Jensen Healey. There's that Mustang. I'll have to see if he actually cruises the parade route with that. Chevy, and then the Cutlass, and a Mercury. I'll show you another line of cars here. I don't know if I didn't get a line of cars earlier, so I might have to go back. I really don't like this GoPro 9. It seems to have a mind of its own at times. It just shot a bunch of bursts of photos when I tried to stop a clip, so not a happy camper with this GoPro. And sometimes it shuts the clip off like midway for no reason. So I'm thinking that might have been what happened. But so it's more of the Corvair guys here. Another Honda 600. A lot more cars rolling in. Now this is the Honda 600. This is the one they call the Coupe. I'm not sure. I think this might be the one that was at the Motor City. Park that thing, but we'll find out. Another Austin Healey. And I can hear again. Yeah. Yay!
Can't remember what.
Hey, and a Grand Marquis. I'm still driving mine. Cut through another line here. More cars continue to roll in.
Yeah.
I know there used to be another group of Volkswagens that would meet at the Tommy's on Hill as well. I'm not sure if they still do that, and they go out and cruise the parade route as well on New Year's. It's a Hemi Cuda.
Buy one of these, you can
57 Chevy. Very 60s style. It's a 40 two-door sedan.
Yeah. Okay. But I've got.
Eventually I will get to my 40 when everything allows me to.
And even with COVID,
That's a Bronco.
In the glove box, was there
Corvette. There's a couple more Austin Healey's.
okay. So now I'm gonna go get it.
Feels good for a change.
Dude.
Not sure if this guy's running the Gambler or what he's doing there. Got a lifted modern car. So look at this 5-window.
But I did sign it straight over.
Neat traditional rod. So I missed this panel. Used to be a plumber that would come around my neighborhood when I was a kid, had a panel just like that. About that same condition. Old Thunderbird. We've seen this car on the channel before at various local events. And we have a look at that Cadillac we saw earlier up close. There's a Falcon. Another MG. Okay, I think this is the only other guy from the AMC club that's shown up so far. So we got the Rambler Rebel SST, a smart car, because why not? And then my Pacer, which, if you search on my channel, I do a full video on this and how I found it in the backyard of a mansion in Beverly Hills. And I've had that car about 4.5 years now. Basically saved that one from the crusher. They were getting ready to call pick apart even on it. But brought it back to life, and I take it to a lot of local events. 2+2 Mustang.
I see that cat's car. If I like it, I'll get it. I don't get it just to go for it. There you go, Dodgy.
There you go, Josh. Right there. Is that your car right there?
The Lamborghini. Mach 1.
You better start working. Yes. I have
With a Paxton supercharger on it.
That's right. There you go. Yeah. Your wish is like me.
Did you see that comment?
The Helms Bakery truck. Little Falcon 4-door. Citroen 2 chevaux. And there's a Studebaker. We shot the Studebaker meet, I don't know, a few months ago down in Anaheim. Which was a lot of fun. That's on the channel.
Is Ed here? Coming. No, his son's here.
So if you haven't caught that video, be sure to check it out if you like Studebakers.
Where's the old man?
Got this 61 Caddy. Oh, that's scraping. You'll feel that one in the morning. Alright, so I did find out the lowrider guys are meeting at the DMV here in Pasadena at 4 o'clock. So, depending on what's going on with the kid, I might be able to make it over there. Those guys do tend to play a lot of music, so which makes it hard to post those kind of videos, unfortunately. But there's that. I know there's like at 10:30, there's a whole bunch of other people meeting at the Target. I'm not sure if that's still happening though. So I sent a message to those guys like, hey, everybody meets at Corner Bakery. A whole bunch of Honda 600s. When was the last time you saw this many Honda 600s in one place? So lots of stuff happening. I know later on like pretty much east of where the parade route is. That's where all the lowrider guys usually hang out at night on New Year's, but there's always a bunch of lowriders out cruising the boulevard there. So yeah, look at this Corvair. There's an Australian Holden Ute, but with the Pontiac front end on it. So I'm not sure. I know guys were taking the American versions, buying all the other stuff and converting them, you know, so the VIN would be American. This one's left-hand drive, so I'm guessing that's what this is.
Oh yeah, there's several.
But kind of a neat conversion. Now, there's a few guys that actually got the right-hand drive ones brought in and legalized, because I actually saw one in a estate sale the other day down in Orange County. There's a few more vehicles that have rolled in. This shoebox Ford.
You have one beautiful ride.
A 31 Dodge. I got these. There's one that rolled in for all you Mopar fans. It's like a Plymouth Satellite, GTX, Roadrunner, whatever you want to call it. With some serious Hemi power under the hood. And we'll see if this guy's out on the boulevard. Wish I had more room to film this one, but I don't. But you can get a good idea of what's going on. This Cadillac pickup truck or flower car or whatever. Okay, so we're literally just pulled out of the parking lot here at Corner Bakery. I'm like towards the beginning of the line. I'm gonna try to probably find a couple places to pull over to film some of the cars. But I don't know if you can see, they're rolling out of the lot right now. You can see behind me. And right now we're on Foothill, so we gotta work our way over to Colorado somehow. Get the whole group over there, and we'll be cruising that route. I went and checked the group over at Target. There was about 10 cars, so not much to really see there. But like I said, later on there'll be a lowrider event at the DMV, and then they cruise the east part of Colorado, pretty much east of where the parade actually is. And we'll see how that goes. And I'm just going to follow this Pasadena police car. Got some of the cars coming down the street here on Colorado.
On your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. All right. Happy New Year. There's the Goodyear blimp. The Goodyear blimp came out just for the Rose Parade cruise. All right. I just thought I'd show up here. This is kind of where all the TV action is when you watch the Rose Parade on TV. So we're getting up here. This is actually the beginning of the parade route. See all the TV guys setting up. Of course, there's definitely nowhere to pull over up here, unfortunately. This is what they call TV Corner. You can see there's actually a group of motorcyclists that gather for the parade as well, for the day before the parade, and go up and down the route. There's a lot of different groups. There's the Volkswagen group, and later on this evening there'll be the lowrider guys. But you don't really see this on TV, where they set up and all the bleachers and everything else. And if you come down this area, you have to have a ticket, or you have to have a pass or a reason to be over here on the day of the parade, or they will not let you over here. I think everyone's going to shoot across the bridge and then come back that way for a turnaround. And when I come back, I'll see if I can find a spot I can pull over, maybe film some of the cars. And if you like stores with terrible names, try Lovesack in Old Town Pasadena, because no one's ever going to make fun of that name. All right, I managed to get stuck behind the little Hondas here. This guy's waving. So we're heading back down the other way on Colorado. I'm going to see if magically I can get a parking spot where there's decent light and I can maybe shoot some of the cars. But nothing is promised. And here we go. So this is probably one of the better places to stop and shoot, because the buildings on this side of the street are not tall. So you get a nice lighting here. Happy New Year. There's one for Nick if he's watching. That's a super clean Coupe de Ville, man. Those aren't actually pretty rare. So that was for Nick if you're watching. Got Goodyear blimp, chopper circling, lots of police. It must be Rose Parade. So I had to show this old school S10 with a or S15 with a utility bed. Look at that thing's clean, man. I'm sorry. Okay, well, we're getting ready to the point where they're going to start letting people put the chairs out to hold spots for the Rose Parade in the morning here in about 15 minutes or so, so I better get rolling. So that's it for the video of this year's pre-Rose Parade cruise, the one that meets at Corner Bakery at 8:30 every year the day before the parade, whether it's New Year's Eve or whether it's New Year's Day, depending on what year it is. So somebody else asked me if it was happening again. Of course, it's happening every single year. There's another one. There's 4 o'clock. There's a bunch of lowriders meeting at the Rosemead Boulevard DMV. Not sure if I'm going to be able to make that one yet or not because I have my daughter at home. I have to run home. I got to make her some lunch and probably edit this video and hopefully get it uploaded today. So we got a lot of great events coming up for you in January. Happy New Year, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.